Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy, ya tú sabes, Jay Florin got that sauce. Estamos activos, mi gente. Ando con mi co-host.
It's your girl Rika.
It's your girl, Rika Baby.
No, I think I'm gonna
Yo,
stick with Rika. I think we're gonna stick with Rika.
so what's good? How you been?
Ah, it's been life, up and downs, going through the motions.
Yeah,
Um, but we've been good. I've been good.
we lost. There's so much that we want to talk about this
Yes,
episode.
there is.
What's crazy is I had notes written down and I totally forgot to grab them, but it is what it is.
It's better for it not to be scripted. Just go natural.
That's how you know we just go natural. I mean, sometimes it's not because sometimes you like go way off the topic or whatever it is that you're trying to talk about or whatever. But I think I got a pretty solid uh, thought process about what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
So one of the first things I want to talk about is our nationality, our team, Puerto Rico. You know, what's your thoughts about the series? Watching the games.
It ended too soon for us.
Too soon,
Too
man.
soon. It
Um,
was good games to watch, but
roller coaster of emotion.
roller coaster of emotions. But definitely sucked to see them leave so early.
Why is that?
Because we want to go to the end, and we want to make our island proud, and bring something home. So
You want to know what's funny?
that's funny.
And we don't got no production here to like do any runs for us or whatever. But I just realized I grabbed that bottle. The bottle was sitting there. I had taken the label off and all that shit.
Uh-huh.
And I left my
You left
I
it over
left
there.
my I left my cold water there. But now we good. Let's go back to the topic. I'm sorry. I just
So
thought that was
baseball, Puerto
funny.
Rico.
So
Go ahead.
yeah. It's very unfortunate to see what happened to Sugar.
Sugar, yeah.
Sugar, el real Sugar baby. Yo, what a heck of a player, man. And to just literally get knocked down, or I don't even know
While
what happened because
celebrating,
you can't even really see what's happening.
I think it was just like
Like hyperextended a knee or something.
hyperextended. Like I feel like he was like excited. He was jumping around. Maybe with like the weight and the pressure of like the other players around him. Maybe like he like
Really,
landed weird. Maybe like I don't know. It was really weird though. It was very sad to see him like being pulled off
it was definitely very
while he was
sad. A
like
very quick.
crying, and like it was emotional for a lot of
It was
people.
it was definitely a very quick kind of like
It happened out of nowhere. Literally, we were all just like, "Wait, what
celebrating the
happened?"
win and
Out of nowhere, the medics are being called onto the field. Like,
so there was talks about that, saying that the New York Mets literally restricted the any of the players to play like in any World Baseball Classic.
hmm,
And I guess a lot of other MLB teams were like following suit because they didn't want to risk their player getting injured
right before the season
right before
starts.
their season starts.
Yeah.
But how do I explain this? When you are from, even when you're from America, people are what they call patriots. And it's
Hmm.
like, even like a Team USA, they're big on playing for your country. Like, that's like what you represent.
Hmm.
So it's like, how you going to try to tell me that I can't play in this thing? People are like, oh, it's part of his paycheck. That's, you don't want to cut into their pockets. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you don't want to cut into the pockets, but he's a hell of a player. There's going to be so many other teams and so many other they're going to be interested in a player like that.
Hmm.
It's like saying, I hate to bring it to this guy, but it's like saying LeBron James was it's like saying LeBron James
He had to go there, guys. He just had to do
it's like
that.
saying LeBron James, did something like that or whatever. LeBron James is not going to be like, I'm not playing for Akron, Ohio anymore. No, he's always going to play for his home team or whatever if that was a thing.
Hmm.
And be like, okay, well, the Lakers don't want me, then whatever. I mean, I guess it depends. That was a bad
I don't know,
example, but
but I like seeing it. I like seeing our players, even though I don't follow baseball. I mean, we still support, and it's nice to see a group of Hispanics, Puerto Ricans come together and dedicate themselves, Team Rubio, and make our island proud.
For sure.
because
I mean, that was a heck of a moment. Obviously there were certain circumstances, unfortunately, while we were in Puerto Rico, but we were able to still unite as a family and watch it together as a group, and I'll always carry that experience with me because it was super dope.
yeah, it was really cool being over there, literally like sitting outside listening to other houses down the street like screaming, everybody watching. Like,
I feel like that only happens
I mean, it
there.
happens here, but for like the Super Bowl and like stuff like that. So, I mean,
It's
I
not the same.
guess it's not the same. It's
It's
like,
not the same.
but
What else? What else you
what
want to talk
else? I don't
about?
know. There's so much since the last time we sat down. So,
You pick a topic.
I don't know. Why you putting me on the spot like that? Like, we got baseball, we got that the end of the NBA season's coming up, sadly.
Yo, why you choose the worst topic to talk about?
It's not the worst topic,
I'm
but I
super
mean,
sad that it's ending. What are you talking
I'm
about?
super
Like,
sad that it's ending too, but I'm happy to see my team doing good right now. Like, we've been killing it.
yeah, I know it sounds selfish, but we need a longer NBA season than 82 games because
It's not enough.
it's not cutting it.
It's not. We gotta have months now of sitting and waiting for it to start back up. She knows the G.
It doesn't matter how much you whisper; they can still hear.
He still makes it up.
Yeah, I just remember a
He's
couple
not.
episodes
He's not
ago.
picking his
They
nose,
took.
guys. He's just
I'm
reaching.
trying not to. I'm just like, okay, let's go.
Okay,
So,
so
all right,
basketball.
let's talk basketball. Let's dive deep into our sport. You know what time it is? It's Magic time. Magic together. Magic City. We are fucking live. I mean, we are live. Yo, what kind of nonsense?
Uh huh.
You see how she's looking at me?
I'm like,
What kind of nonsense are people talking about saying that Paulo Banchero is not the front runner for Rookie of the Year?
I mean, if you guys think that it's anybody else, have you been watching the same basketball season? Because
You might be watching Euro basketball
you're
or
my, yeah,
something then.
because nobody compares to P5. Hello? Like,
That's just crazy to me, and like I can't believe that I literally had like discussions slash arguments with people, friends that are close to me about this topic, and I'm just like, bro, like,
we knew it since the get
do
go.
you guys hate Orlando Magic that much? Like,
Give it to the kid. He's got it. Like, he is super talented. He's,
he struggled with a few things here and there in certain
I
games,
mean,
but
it's his first year. We can't judge him off of that. But I mean, for
yeah,
his
yeah, but
first
that
year,
happened
he's done
regardless
good.
of it being in the first year or not. Like that happens to a lot of people.
I mean,
So
yeah, it's your first year changing from one league to another, like still in the same sport, but going from college to
very different
NBA,
pace.
it's
The
different.
seasons aren't as long.
Yeah, it's
There's a lot
different.
that goes into it.
And you know what? I'm proud that he's been doing good, that the dynamic of the team has been good, the chemistry of the team has
That
been.
to me, that is like what is the most like that to me is what's most important is like how crazy like dynamic we seem as a team. Like everybody pulls their own weight. I mean, look at the game last night.
Mhm.
That we had 8 or 9 people in double digits. Like they made a post and was like, everybody eats because it's like a thing.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I haven't been so excited for NBA like for any like NBA basketball like in a really really long time.
Yeah. This season has been
Probably doesn't
super
help that
good.
we've been to like almost every home game, but
I mean, yeah, we're fans. Hello. The only reason we don't have season passes is because Mr. Sir over here travels too much, and it's just not fair. If I have season passes and I'm at the games and he's not, but it's okay. We'll
sorry,
work our way there.
I had to scratch my nose.
Um, but no, yeah, Orlando Magic are killing it right now, and I hope that they keep doing good. And
Yeah, the whole problem is
it's
like
like
it's a
I hope they do
combination.
good, but I also want like a good draft placement, like for
I
the
mean,
lottery. So, but I mean,
like our coach said, winning is bad.
I don't know. I don't think it's bad from where we were starting the season to now.
For anybody to say like, yeah, winning is terrible, like what?
No,
No, we're destined for greatness out here, and
we
like
are.
destined for greatness. Like you don't lose. Losers are not great.
I mean, but our Orlando Magic are still great, even if they lose. We still support. I mean, we don't want it, but we're still there for
Well,
you
no,
guys.
no, 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 no. You're missing the point. Like for you to just willingly choose to lose, like that's not great.
No, that's not.
Our Orlando Magic, even though they lose, are great because they're
They're
leaving the
still
blood,
there.
sweat, tears
Yeah.
out on that court every single night.
Mhm.
It's a big difference.
Yeah. No, it's exciting. Basketball has gotten so good, and the team from what it was 3 years ago
Yeah.
to now.
I saw this very interesting topic on Twitter talking about which playoff team do you choose? Do you choose Nikola Vucevic, Aaron Gordon, and Evan Fournier, or do you choose Franz P5 and Wendell? Franz P5,
I
although we love them, haven't took us to the playoff just yet.
so they're Franz 2 years in.
But I'm giving you an
No, I mean
example. Like
I get it, but I would still go with my with P5 and 2-2 and with Dell. I don't know. I got faith in them. They
I
got
love our guys, but against Vooch, Aaron
Vujas.
Gordon, Aaron Gordon right now, you see the kind of crazy season he's having.
Yeah, he couldn't play like that for us though when he was here. So it's fine. It's okay. We got better once.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. I love the
So
community. I'm also very glad that home games are now starting to feel like home games and not like some other random like away teams home game.
for sure. I mean, we still
We
have
still got to work on the New York one, but obviously there's a lot more that falls
Chicago.
into. There's Chicago wasn't even that bad. It was just the guy that was sitting behind us.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
That wasn't
yeah,
it.
exactly. It was the guy that was sitting behind
It
us.
wasn't it.
It wasn't
And
like the entire
I'm
freaking
not
place.
confrontational, and I wanted to throw my beer behind him and like tell him to shut the f up.
Shut the.
um, so, but there is some games where people are too much, but it doesn't matter.
And
We're still louder.
that's
We
sports
still got the
though.
bear
The
over
bear.
here,
I'm not gonna do that right now because
and
I'm gonna blow out this mic if I do that. But
we still have fun, and that's it. That's part of the sport, though.
okay,
But
that's what's up. Yeah. So P5 Rookie of the Year, Orlando Magic is slightly creeping the way up from into the play-in. Unfortunately, we're like in a position where it's going to be really, really, really tough to like pull that play in because not only are we depending on a certain amount of wins for us, we're also depending on or it's losses for us. Like we can't lose X amount of games. It's also a combination, like I explained to you the other day, of whether the Bulls keep winning. If the Bulls keep winning, then that margin becomes farther away from us, and we just with only 7 games left, we don't have the opportunity to chase for that further like.
I mean, even if we don't make it into the playoffs, I'm fine with it because of the growth that we've done since the beginning of the
Oh,
year.
absolutely. I mean, our growth is crazy right
I
now.
think
We're
it's going to impact the team more for them to play their hardest these last couple games and do what they got to do, win or lose, but being able to go into next year with as many highs as they have and being able to learn all the stuff that they've learned, I think next year you guys better watch out because we're coming. It doesn't matter. I'm I'm positive.
Orlando Magic.
That's it.
Orlando Magic. So,
So
all right. So now we've been talking about our team, everything that we've been doing currently.
mhm.
As soon as the season ends,
Oh gosh. Draft talk. Automatically.
we flip gear. Now we're talking draft talk, postseason moves. What we doing?
Who we extending contracts to, who we keeping, who we not.
Well, none of our players are realistically in that
Mo,
boat right now.
Mo Wagner has his contract ends this year, and he better not leave because that's my player.
Okay, we got to do a little bit of the research and that stuff. But
That's my
let's
player.
talk about the real conversation.
Okay.
Luca's upset
Oh goodness. Guys,
Could it be possible?
guys, we would have to get rid of almost all of our roster to pay for Luca.
No,
Yes,
no, because we have
but
picks.
it's like okay, Luca's kneel down to him because he's a fucking goat. I don't care what anybody says. He is. He's a crazy player. Definitely has been carrying the team a lot because I mean he is the team.
Yeah, I mean the Dallas Mavericks did a lot of things to try to get a better, player for him. They got Kyrie Irving, and it's just not working for them.
It's just not compatible for Luca. It's there's a roster and there's a bench, and if Luca doesn't play, I mean, yeah, they'll make points, but I mean, it's not compared to what Luca does on the court.
Yeah.
So, would I love to see Luca over here? Yes. Do I want to
At
let
what
go?
cost?
I wouldn't want to let go of Cole, Franz, Dell, Gary.
So I've seen a lot of. We can absolutely let go of Gary.
I don't know. I like Gary on the team. I feel like he's like the vet that we like.
Yeah, but
He
Lu-
Gary's been going
Luca,
off.
Gary,
I
like
mean, if I have to like let him go, I mean, I'll let him go. It's still gonna, I
that's the
like
least
Gary.
of the.
I like Gary
I like
though.
I like Gary. I'm not saying I don't, but I mean Gary's got to understand, like, yo, if you're being involved in a
I don't
trade for
know.
Luca, then it is what it is.
I feel
Unfortunately,
like our team is so good, and we just have to.
but I had a conversation with your uncle about this. Like, at some point, you got to let go of sentimental value. This is the problem: is that we're sentimental with these guys, but in order for us to make that next step, in order to grow and go from being a play-in team to a playoff team, potentially a championship winning team, or anything of the matter, we
Mhm.
still have we still have a role that needs to be filled. We have Paulo Banquero, but he's obviously a rookie, still missing some experience in those aspects.
I mean, all
We
of our
still
guys
need
are
that
young.
veteran star.
Yeah, we need a vet that can take that charge and take that command, and you know,
Who
I
better
mean,
than Luca?
Luca would be again,
Luca
Luca
loves Coach Mose.
would be amazing to have him here, but
I
what
literally saw I literally saw, and I know some people in your family would kill me, but it is what it is. I've read these articles on Twitter, and it's conversations that other people are talking about and thinking about, and it's just a thing. What if, yeah, we're gonna have to give, literally, this is what the article said. Anybody whose name is not Paolo or Franz is out of here if we need to. Obviously, we're not going to give up everybody and
I mean,
everything, but
I don't know. I know who I want to stick on the team. So I know who my for sure guys that I want like on the bench and on the court.
Cole wants to be a starter.
Cole does want to be a starter, but Cole's a good six man. Cole's a really good six man. But I mean, he was doing good when he was starting. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like from him starting to six man is like
It's just improved a little bit. And
it
I
has.
literally had this conversation. Being a six man is not a bad thing. I
It's
mean, Tyler
not.
Hero's balling. There's so many six men in just basketball in general who have played a crucial role, because literally your responsibility as the six man is, these guys start the game. It's up to me to continue to be that spark and drive the momentum
And
off of the
Cole has
bench.
been that. Like Cole has been going off whenever he gets on.
I love him.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
one of my
Cole.
players that I'm like I would hate to see him leave, but I mean,
I love to watch it go, but I hate to see him leave. But I
but
love to watch it go. I forget how that sounds.
but I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see the draft class of trades. Who's sticking, who's leaving, who's going where, and
Jalen Brown is not happy in Boston.
we'll see. A lot of changes could be made.
Mikal Bridges. This was the last talk that I had the other day. I was in the Orlando Magic HQ Twitter space. Shout out to those guys. I jump in their space every time after every game. Have a very, very like tight knit community. Love it. Um, he was saying Mikal Bridges just dropped 44 points on us. Like, he's definitely a player who has playoff experience. With he was with the Phoenix Suns.
Mm-hmm.
When they did all those, he's got the playoff experience, and he's a true like elite player. It's like he was 10th in his draft. I think we were looking at that like the other
I think
day.
so. I think that's what it was. Yeah, like
Like
10th.
he's definitely like he went first round.
I think that was the year that we were looking at. It was Luca's year.
Yes,
It was
I
Luca's year.
believe so.
Yeah.
But with that being said, it's like he's a player that can definitely like should, right, if the market isn't messed up, like should cost less than a Luca
Mm-hmm.
or a Jalen Brown per se.
No, it's going to be interesting to see
What's crazy
what the
about
office
having
is going to do.
yeah. What's crazy about having a player like Paulo
Mm-hmm.
is now we all of a sudden become a market where people want to play with that kind of player.
Yeah.
People really really like if you watch the NBA, if you're a true NBA fan, there's like talks about like what is going down in Orlando and like a lot of people, media, whatever the case may be. That's why a lot of these other media outlets are giving us a lot of hate talking about Jalen Brown or Jalen Williams is rookie of the year, Benedict Mathurin. Like these guys are like
No.
way
No.
outside of the race, bro.
P5 all day.
MVP talks about like the team winning because you driving your team to win or whatever. But rookie of the year, like you don't have to be on a winning team for that. Most of the time, the higher team players are the ones that are going. They're the higher team, like the higher players
Mm-hmm.
in a draft are walking into a tough situation most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets the highest odds on the number one pick? The teams with the worst records.
Yeah.
You're unless you're completely tanking and faking everything out, like if you're a Houston Rockets, San Antonio Spurs, whatever the case may be, you're not faking to lose like all these games. Like
Yeah.
your just team is just down there. What's crazy to me is I saw another statistic talking about how if we did not play any better or just worse, if we just continued the pace that we're going
Mm-hmm.
and we were 100% healthy during that time of the
Beginning
at the beginning
18
of the
games.
season, we'd be the sixth seed in the East.
It's crazy to think about. If we would have had a healthy roster from the beginning of the year, playing the way that we're playing right now,
It's nuts.
but for everybody
So
that said that
excited.
Orlando wasn't it, that they don't got it,
You're not watching basketball,
you're
bro.
not watching. You don't know what you're talking about because
Man, that's you looking at your fans and telling them you
you
don't
don't
know
know
what
what
they're
you're
talking.
talking about.
You
Orlando
don't know.
is it.
You ain't gonna do it.
So, but we bleed blue here, We're big
But I
fans.
ain't a crip though. That's a song.
Yeah, I figured.
But I bleed blue, but I ain't a crip though.
Yeah.
That's New York. In New York,
It's gonna give you guys a show. Go
we
ahead.
can say
Okay, let's get back on topic. Come on. Okay, so
there's
basketball.
nothing we can do.
So I think we dived in pretty deep on basketball.
I
Hello.
don't
Stop.
know.
So last video, we talked about Formula One season coming, and we're 2 races in.
It's here. Guess who's back?
His player. So we're
Yo,
2 races in.
let's talk about the craziness that I said would happen in the first track, in the first race, and it happened.
He spoke bad on my player. And, I told him once, you got one free shot to do it. You did it. You ain't ever doing it again.
Stop it, 5.
But whatever. Um,
Go ahead. I'm letting you do it. I'm letting you do your thing.
it's a very interesting season. Ashton Martin snuck up on us.
Yo, facts.
Ashton Martin, what did you do? Getting that Red Bull engineer into your team? I mean, Alonso said it. It's nice to see three Red Bulls up there.
Sergio said that.
No, Fernando Alonso said that
Why would Fernando say that? He's not Red Bull.
because they have a Red Bull
Sergio, you
engineer.
guys fact check. Was it Sergio?
It
Was
was
it Alonso?
Fernando. It was Fernando
Am I
Alonso
tripping?
right after practice, and he literally was like, "Oh, it's nice to see 3 Red Bulls up there." because they got a Red Bull engineer in. How else would the team go from, or were they like fourth last year, fifth? I think. I mean, they weren't in the top three.
Them? No,
No,
they
they were like
were.
sixth or seventh.
Yeah,
They were down there.
but I mean, but he was on a different team, so
True, but I mean, we can't judge. It's literally third race this weekend.
yeah.
Freaking McLaren is down at the bottom. I don't know what's
Did you see
going.
the meme that said that all the sponsors of McLaren next
It's
year?
like gone.
Car's just orange.
People taking shots. My
McLaren doesn't even want to put a
my
sticker on their own car.
my mom made a joke and she was like, "Is Lando our new Latifi?" And I was like, "No,
Not Lando, but
either one of them is the McLaren the new Latifi." Because I
yeah,
mean,
it's
I'm
true.
sorry, but third race, Australia this weekend, I think it is, and excited. Hopefully, we need some luck.
We could do a little video content recap of the
Yeah,
race or whatever
yeah.
after the
Well,
qualifiers and all that. We got to start posting more content and stuff like that,
even if it's small little videos, we
so that
gotta.
you guys can subscribe, like, share, comment with all your friends and family, so that eventually I can not have a job. Thank you, please.
Wow.
Hey,
Tell us how you really
keep it
feel.
we gotta keep it real.
So, what about you? Formula One. Tell me. Give me, other than your
What do you want?
Max
What do you
Verstappen.
want to know?
I mean, just your thoughts so far. 2 races
My
in.
thoughts so far: Lewis Hamilton, respect for everything he has done. If he continues to do what he's doing, it's time to hang it up.
You think?
In my opinion, if he continues to go like keep doing what he's doing,
So then, why
it's time to
wouldn't
hang it up.
have Fernando gave up last year since he wasn't with an okay
Different
team?
personality.
I mean, I think it doesn't matter. I think
It
Lewis
it
is
absolutely matters.
okay. In
And
what way?
because this is just my opinion, right? My respective opinion. You're
Mm-hmm.
asking me, so
No,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
give.
yeah.
With Lewis Hamilton being such a front runner, such a champion,
Mm-hmm.
he's got all these records and all this crazy stuff. I literally told you the other day, he's the number one in the all time podiums.
Yeah.
Like, for somebody to have that kind of like momentum and all this stuff, you know what happens? People are like weird. People are like, so it doesn't matter to in a certain extent. People are just gonna be like, yeah, but do you remember his last few years? Like, they were terrible. Like, if I was Sir Lewis Hamilton the third, Rodriguez, Roberto Gonzalez, um, I
Okay.
I would leave on a high note.
But I feel like if you
He's
love the
having so much
sport,
trouble. Yeah, but he obviously has expressed before about like retiring. So
hmm
when it already becomes in your thought, I think that also messes with you.
I
At some point
mean,
at some point in the sport, in the race, in the timeline, and everything that he
I
was going
mean,
through, he's
realistically,
expressed that
it's
he's
happened. Nico Hulkenberg. I always think of Danny Ricciardo when I say his
different
name.
characters,
It
different
doesn't
people.
matter. I feel like
Hey, what are you talking
he's
about?
having a bad
It
riff.
it matters
It
100%.
I don't know what Mercedes did to their car.
We're
Look,
destined for greatness.
yes,
We're talking about people being great,
yes,
right? That's the basis of our conversation.
okay,
It absolutely does matter. Why
it
would Lewis?
does.
You just said it didn't.
But he's a good racer. Just because his car isn't up to par doesn't mean anything. He's still a good
Why is
racer.
George Russell performing?
Different drivers, they control their cars differently.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I'm saying
You're
that,
talking about the cars not being
okay,
good,
yes,
but
but I mean, George was still having issues. George was still having issues.
but George is performing better than Lewis Hamilton.
I mean, yeah.
There's something going on with Lewis Hamilton where the love isn't there.
I
That
don't think it's the love. I think it's more so
something
like
is wrong.
he's letting not having wins get to him.
Okay, that's
And
my point.
I mean that's
So
fine.
you're gonna
Again,
ruin. So you're gonna put a rotten cherry on like
I
your
mean, at the
like
end of it, we don't know what he's going through. He could be going through some stuff, and his head just isn't fully in it.
exactly. So
So I
you
mean,
can honestly, if you love the sport so much and you want to take a year off and come back, Lewis Hamilton will get picked up by fucking anybody.
yes and no. It's who's gonna pay that money for him? He's a high contract. He just signed an extension with Mercedes. He's not going anywhere. They're gonna figure it out. Mercedes, Toto Wolf, please figure it out because we gotta do something. But Mercedes has been okay. Ferrari, my people.
They need to get that shit together.
I love y'all. Charles, like Carlos, love y'all. Y'all figure this out because y'all got it. At first race, Mr. Over here did some bad juju. Gave my man Charles some bad juju. And we ain't gonna talk about it because you know
We ain't
what? We
talking
gonna
about
come
no
back from
juju
that.
because I don't do no juju. So
So put negativity out there, and the negativity got
juju,
to him.
yeah. Well,
But it's okay. Again, it's the longest race season. We have 23 races this year. So it anything can change. Last year at this standing point, I don't even think Verstappen had any points on the leaderboard right now. On the points, yeah. The first race he got out. His car got messed up last year. The first race, and then the second race, I think he like placed low.
okay.
So
So I love these Verstappen stands, these Verstappen haters.
I'm
I
not a
love it.
hater.
I love it.
I'm not a
So
hater.
the narrative
Mm-hmm.
switched from, oh, whoever wins the first race doesn't win the constructor.
That's not what I said.
I,
I said that
not just you.
there
There's so
is
many. There's
a
a Bahrain
Bahrain
curse.
curse. Okay, that's
Okay,
what people say. I don't know, but from the track
but
record, it's there.
because they know that Max is still about to be that motherfucking guy. They're out here trying to change the narrative. Now they're saying, oh, you know, I understand Red Bull or Ferrari's having a bad time, but Verstappen last year. I love how these Verstappen haters like to use him as the reference to potentially
It's
like
not
put
a
their
reference.
player.
I'm just saying people are like, oh,
Keep that same energy.
I'm gonna keep that same energy. Ferrari's gonna do good. I know that they're gonna get better. It's, again, the second race of the season. They're still figuring crap out. But it's okay. Don't get mad. It's all right. He's over here upset. Whatever. Checo pulled out that win that last race. That's all that matters. Max didn't get it. Checo did.
Yeah, because that's his track, and he did the quals. He came first in the quals, and that was one of those races where it's like hard to like pass or whatever.
Yeah, so then why did he want Checo to slow down so that he could
He
get ahead
didn't
of him?
want
Oh no, he did. You want to
he.
pull up the audios down below. Comment them because he doesn't like recognizing that Max over here is a little cocky when it comes to it. And guess what? Checo was like, you know what? Beep you. I'm gonna do what I need to do.
That's fine.
And you know what, Checo? You got it.
That's
I'll root for
fine.
Checo. Go ahead, Checo.
You're gonna
You
root for
got it.
Checo, but not Max. But
No.
just be part of the winning team because we're destined for
No.
greatness.
No. Ferrari all the way. Ferrari, Mercedes. I'm still my teams. It's okay.
On that note, I think it's time for the closer.
We hungry people. It's time to eat.
We hungry for success.
We destined for greatness.
That's right. When you're destined for greatness, we come up with a good quote.
We gotta come up with a good closer.
When you're destined for greatness, ain't nobody stopping you. Okay? Let me throw up a little triangle so that like when I become famous, people think that I'm like part of Illuminati.
No.
The title of this is gonna be like
Jay Florin got that sauce. Joins Illuminati.
sells his soul.
No, not in this house.
Not in my
Not in my
house.
house.
All right, guys. We love y'all. Thank you for your support. We're destined for greatness. My allergies are bothering me, so it's time. And
Get your hands out of your face. Thank you guys for tuning in. Comment down below. Share the video. And
I'm trying
thank
to
you.
cover the boogers dripping
Thank
down my
you.
nose.
Thank you to everybody that's been reaching out, asking us for videos. You know, we appreciate it. We
It
love the
motivates
love.
us.
We love it. Watch out for more because we coming.